everyone, it's Rachel with Rachel's Wig Reform. So the very first thing I want to show you today is my new shirt, my sweatshirt. I had this made. This sweatshirt actually has sparkles in it, which I'm a sparkle type of person. Then I have Rachel's Wig Reform with the stars, very similar to my thumbnails that I have on my YouTube videos. So I'm really excited about this. I got my mom one and my daughter-in-law one, and simple things make me get me all happy. So first of all, I've not been doing very many videos lately, and that is because I am swamped with cheer season right now. Between the cheer clinics that I do Monday through Friday, then I officiate high school on Saturday, and now I'm going to start officiating college on Sunday. And not to mention, I am now doubling up on cheer clinics in my Monday through Friday slots. So if I'm in an area, like if I'm going to Grand Rapids, which is a good 2-hour drive for me, and if I have a practice from 3 to 5, somebody wants a practice from 5:30 to 7:30. So, and I'm doing it. So I have just been out of the house, kind of crazy, not doing a lot of videos. So I apologize. And I've been very low key on all of my social media pages too. So here's what my video is about today. This wig that I'm wearing, this is Rachel by Jon Renau in the color Palm Springs Blonde. This Rachel is, I think it's like over a year old. However, still wearable. Not necessarily down because it's getting kind of old. It probably doesn't come through in the video, but trust me, in person you can tell. But I still want to wear this wig up into a ponytail or with a hat, or I will just take my stocking hat and put it over top of it and wear this out for the day. But here is the problem. Because this is old, the lace up here, it's not laying as flat as what it used to. It's not lifting where it looks crazy, like it's floating, but it's lifted just enough that it's irritating. It has just enough movement and lift to it that the littlest shift with the wig cap starts to scratch at my hairline, and that is so annoying. So if you're one of those people that have a more petite head and your lace doesn't lay as flat as you want and you find it itching and irritating you all day long, your best bet is to secure it down. And what that will do then is it will keep, sometimes that lace, it's amazing how sharp it can feel when it's rubbing against your head, but it stops when you put it down like with adhesive, it stops it rubbing on your forehead, and so it's not as irritating. And I'm going to show you this system that I purchased and how easy it is to use on a daily basis. Okay, so the Isha is the name of this wig system that I purchased. Now, one of the things that it has a primer that you can use. It has this glue stick, which I love. This is brilliant. It does have glue that can come in like the tube if you're doing more of a full install with a full lace ear to ear sort of wig cap. I don't use this very much, but I did purchase it just to have. The other thing that it comes with is a lace remover, and this is like magic, honestly. So I'm going to show you how I do this just to keep that little strip of lace down on my forehead so it's not bothering me all day long. Now, I put my makeup on without a wig on, and because of that, I will tell you this, sometimes I get makeup way up here. Like, I don't even care. I got that brush. I'm going. When I put my face lotion on, it's like, what am I doing? Trying not to get wrinkles in the top of my head. It's kind of crazy. But one of the things that you do want to make sure you take care of is the oils or dirt that is along the hairline here, and also that extra makeup that I put up there. Now I am using an alcohol wipe. It comes in like these little baggy styles. You can get them just about anywhere. And what I do is I'm going to take the alcohol wipe and I'm going to go up into my hairline, just right here where I'm going to put some glue. And just a very little bit of makeup came off, but also that's just removing the oils in the dirt off from your skin. Now, you don't want to use a makeup remover. And the reason why is because makeup removers have moisturizer in them. And that is not going to be removing the oils off from your head. So make sure you use alcohol. Yeah, there we go. So that is done. Now, the primer, I'm going to put that on, but here is the thing. I don't spray this. And the reason why is I only need it right here in this little spot. And if I try to put it like too close, I feel like I'm getting primer all over my forehead, or I feel like I'm spraying the picture in the back, like trying to avoid getting my face, so I'm spraying the decor in my house. I don't spray it. This is what I do. I grab a Q-tip and I just take the lid off and I dip the Q-tip into there. Get it wet. Then I'm just going to go up and I'm going to slightly, just very lightly rub that along where I'm going to be putting the glue. It's just a little bit of primer. It does have kind of a chemical smell to it, but not anything overwhelming. This isn't like scent free, just so you know. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit there. Everything's good. It dries very, very quickly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my wig back on, because the amount of glue that I'm going to be using is going to be so little. I want to make sure I put it exactly where I want it. So I'm going to throw the wig back on. And I'm going to grab some clips and get my hair clipped back in a way. Because every now and then you might have this like little piece of hair that wants to fall down, and then it sticks to the glue stick. And it's just good to get it out of your way. Now, one of the things that you don't want to do is touch the glue stick. I've done that before. And let me just tell you, it is sticky. This stuff is, why am I having so much trouble getting this side pinned back? Anyways, this is beyond sticky. One time there was a piece of fuzz sticking on the tip of this, and so I tried to pull it off, which I got glue on my finger, and I became like Clark Griswold from the Christmas Vacation movie, where he cut down the tree and has all the sap on his hands. Like everything I touched, I was sticking to. It was a nightmare. So don't mess with it. Just try to keep your hands off it. But sometimes I will see a piece of fuzz or something and I forget and I grab it and I'm like, ugh. So what I do is if I get some of it on my hand, I will take some of the remover and kind of put it on my hand to get it off. It's the easiest way to do it. Okay, so when we're looking at this wig here, like I said, right here, it's just lifting just enough. So all I want is just a touch of glue underneath there. And then right here, this gets kind of itchy also. Make sure I have it right where I want it. All the fibers are back. Okay, so now I'm going to take the glue. Oh, I got to find my rat tail. And I also have a comb like this, a rat tail comb. And you just twist the bottom of this up, and you need very little. You do not need a lot of this. One of the things that I made mistakes with when I first started wearing wigs, number one, I glued all my wigs down because I thought you had to, and you don't. Up until the fact that this lace started to not lay on my forehead, I never put glue on this. And I always put too much. I put way too much glue and I pushed it down too hard, and then the glue would dry and kind of come through the lace, and it looked like I had dandruff along the hairline. Less is more. Okay, seriously. So I'm just going to twist this until I see just a tiny bit of glue coming up. Of course, my eyes are awful. Okay, there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to lift this back just a little bit, and I'm going to just kind of rub some of this glue on there. And sometimes that first chunk that comes off is kind of clumpy. Don't stress about it, just keep rubbing it in. Okay, very thin layer, not anything too crazy. Then I'm going to get just a touch more glue and I'm going to put it over. There we go. Just a little is all you need. Lift that up and just kind of rub it in. I try not to rub it into the lace like that, but I can't see as well when I'm doing this in the video. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is take my rat tail comb and I'm just going to lightly tap that down. I don't want to push super hard, because then what I'm going to do is I start pushing that glue through the grid of the lace, and then then it dries and it looks white and flaky. Okay, I'm just lightly tapping that in there. And this, I can already feel it. It's being held. It's already sticking. Now, if you get a little bit of glue, like, oh, I got a little bit right out here, you don't want that, because then what happens is your hair will stick to it. And all you have to do is take, sometimes a little piece of hair will get stuck there, is take a Q-tip with a little bit of the remover on it and just sort of lightly rub it on your forehead, and it will take that glue off. Okay, now you can touch this with a little bit of air if you want to. Make sure it's cool air. One of the things that I found out with experimenting with glue is that hot air actually separates it. You want to use cool air for it to dry. This does dry pretty quick, and I don't have, like, I just kind of do this and I can kind of tell if I have some stickiness out there, and I don't, so it's all good. Okay, this, when I had this wig on when I first started talking to you, it was annoying just talking to you because I could feel it itching. It's not now. This is just, it's secure, it's on, it's not moving. I didn't have to use a ton of product. It was super easy to do, and it dries fast, and it's gonna hold all day. I have done this to my wigs and have gone all day with it, and have done CrossFit workouts where I'm sweating and it still stays. Now, what I do at the end of the day with the bond remover is, again, I don't want to spray this up on my hairline because I don't want this remover all in my fibers. So I do the same process like I did with the primer. I'm going to put the Q-tip in there, and then I'll just take a Q-tip. I'm not going to do it because I'm wearing this out for the day. I'm just going to take the Q-tip and I'm going to start rubbing it in, and you'll start to feel that lace lift. And as it lifts, I keep rubbing it just sort of on the skin, and then all of a sudden the lace just releases and it comes off. And then I will use a little more remover to kind of remove any excess that is on my forehead. And the other thing that I'll do is I will take a Q-tip and rub it very lightly on the back side of the lace where there might be some small clumps of it on your lace still. But you have to be kind of cautious with that because I'm not going to wash this wig every time I wear it. So if I'm taking too much makeup remover, or not makeup, I'm sorry, the bond remover, and putting it on my lace, I'm sort of defeating the purpose the next day when I want to secure it down, because now my lace kind of has a coating of remover on it. So I just put it on very, very lightly, just right on top of the glue little clump that I see. I let it set for a second, and then I take a towel and kind of gently wipe that away. And then the other thing that I do, and some of you might panic, like, oh my gosh, you shouldn't use alcohol, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I know we're probably not supposed to eat as much cake as I do either, but yet here we are. I take a little bit of alcohol on a Q-tip and kind of rub it where I put the makeup, or not the makeup, I'm sorry, the bond remover, just to sort of lift that away, because I want it to stick the next time I use it. And so it's kind of a double-edged sword when you're taking, when you're using the bond remover. If it gets too thick and clumpy on, or too heavy on your lace, then the next day you could find that, this isn't sticking as well as it did the first day. So you sort of have to work the system, is what I have found with wearing wigs. There seems to be a lot of rules out there on what you can and cannot do to a wig. And what I have experienced is a lot of the things that they tell you you can't do, you actually can. And it doesn't ruin your wig. Because if that was the case, this Rachel wig would be destroyed based on some of the things that I have done to it. And yet this is over a year and it's still kicking, still wearable, just not down. I'm going to pull this into a ponytail, but that is how I go in. See, there's no residue, there's no nothing, and it's just, now it's secure. See, I'm pulling on that and it's not lifting up. Does it itch? This is 1,000 times more comfortable right now standing here talking to you than what it was at the beginning of the video. So Esha glue system, I will put the link and how you can purchase it in the description box, so make sure you expand that, and then make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and hopefully I'll have some more videos coming up soon. But it's usually about mid-March before my cheer season sort of simmers down, and then I'm just sort of into the college portion of the season. The high school is done and it's not as crazy. So I do have some ideas of new videos. They'll be coming soon. All right, everyone, I hope this helps with glue and how easy it can be, and I will talk with you soon.